Episode 26. Krauk, krauk, nyam, nyam, nyam. Tanhua shamelessly tried her best to eat the food as fast as she could. She was afraid that Nanshen would snatch away her food, so ate like it was the only food she would have. Nanshen was dumbfounded. He just held the box and the chopstick when this shameless doggo suddenly snatched his food, along with the chopstick. Nanshen wanted to be angry when Tanhua suddenly used his chopstick. He always hated it if others touched his belongings or used what he had used. Nanshen actually wanted to scold Tanhua for what she did, but looking at Tanhua, who ate as if her life depended on it, he couldn't be angry. He felt amused instead. The way this silly boy ate was exactly the same as how his doggo used to eat. It was so similar. Nanshen couldn't help but silently chuckled as he watched the hungry dog empty his lunchbox in just less than 5 minutes. When Tanhua was eating while standing and Nanshen was happily watching her, on the other hand, Wu Yin was feeling weird. Wu Yin took off his glasses and rubbed his eyes before putting them back. Did his eyes see it right? Boss Nan gave his leftover food to that boy? Even allowed that Tanhua to use the chopstick he just used? Wasn't Boss Nan hate if others touched his things? He never allowed someone else to use his things without his permission. He never let anyone touch his phone. Moreover, he never let anyone use the same chopstick as he used. Was this the real Boss Nan? It wasn't a fake Nanshen? Or was this a sign of the apocalypse? Wu Yin's head spun around as he became even more confused. He already witnessed Nanshen acting weird today, and all of it were related to that new office boy, Tanhua. Boss Nan wasn't acting like his usual self. This is absolutely suspicious. Maybe that Tanhua boy did something to Boss Nan, making him turn weird like this? Wu Yin rubbed his chin as he silently determined to investigate Tanhua further. The special treatment Nanshen showed to Tanhua could be a threat to Boss Nan one day if Tanhua turned out to be a spy or something else. Tanhua didn't know that she was being suspected by Wu Yin, as she herself was enjoying her meal. She was so immersed in her meal that she didn't realize that the rice she ate had flown everywhere around her mouth. Ook, she did eat like a hungry doggo. Pak, ah, so good, thank you for the meal. Tanhua put down the bento box on Nanshen's table as she burped. She was full now, so happy to be able to eat. Tanhua was energetic again as she kept that foolish smile on her face. After having her energy charged to the fullest, now she was ready to do any job. Bring it on. Nanshen, who saw Tanhua's dirty face, frowned but also had the urge to laugh. The rice was everywhere around Tanhua's mouth, and she even had the sauce on her lips. Aish, this boy's really similar to his doggo. Even the way they looked like after they had finished their meal is the same. Crake. Nanshen stood up from his chair as he walked toward Tanhua in a fast pace. Tap, tap, tap. You are so clumsy and useless. Nanshen chuckled and took out his handkerchief from his pocket before he finally... Scrub, scrub. Nanshen wiped the leftover food on Tanhua's face with his handkerchief. He just felt like he had to do that. He too often did this to his deceased dog, so Nanshen subconsciously did that. Min? Tanhua narrowed her eyes when she felt the handkerchief on her face. Nanshen was wiping it for her. Actually, Tanhua should have felt nervous, but somehow, maybe because her stomach was full already, she didn't feel so. Tanhua obediently let Nanshen wipe the leftover food on her face. Boss Nan was so nice. Both Nanshen and Tanhua didn't feel anything wrong, but Wu Yin, who saw it, nearly dropped the book he was holding. Boss Nan? What are you doing? Wu Yin couldn't believe his eyes. His devil-like boss was now voluntarily wiping the leftover food on somebody's face. He even used his handkerchief. He didn't use tissue or whatever. Boss Nan used his handkerchief. Can I move now? Tanhua, who finally felt weird that Nanshen was wiping her mouth, wanted to stop his caring action, but she successfully stopped by Nanshen. Oi, don't move yet, there's still sauce on your lips. Nanshen's voice broke Wu Yin's patience when he saw Nanshen was now rubbing Tanhua's lips to wipe off the sauce. That's too intimate, boss. Wu Yin, who couldn't hold back his patience any longer, approached those two and... Grab. Wu Yin grabbed Tanhua's wrist and dragged her to keep her away from Nanshen. Wipe it yourself. Wu Yin threw a tissue he just found to Tanhua with a sour face. Tanhua was dumbfounded with Wu Yin's sudden behavior, but she obediently wiped the rest of the leftover food with the tissue, while on the other hand, Nanshen was even more dumbfounded than Tanhua. What's wrong with Wu Yin today? Why the hell did he drag away Tanhua? Boss Nan, please go back to work as we still have a bunch of work to do. Wu Yin fixed his eyeglasses position as he urged the dumbfounded Nanshen to get back to his work. Nanshen actually felt weird that Wu Yin was acting like this, but he didn't say anything and just went back to his seat, leaving the ignorant doggo at the corner. Tanhua, who saw Wu Yin and Nanshen quietly went back to their own work, felt like she was being excluded from their circle. What should she do now? She had finished sorting the documents, and she had eaten. Should she go home now? Tanhua looked at the clock and it was already 2 p.m. now. As Nanshen's lackey, if Nanshen didn't order her to do something, then she could go home, right? Tanhua obviously forgot that even though she was Nanshen's personal lackey, her status was still that of an office boy. Tanhua then looked at Nanshen, who was focusing on his laptop. Nanshen's face was really serious and it seemed that he wouldn't notice even if she went away. Tanhua immediately felt that this was her chance to escape. She wanted to go home. Tanhua started her plan to go home early. First, she silently went to the door without making any noise. She didn't want to disturb the working devil. 5 minutes later, Tanhua finally arrived in front of the door while managing to keep Wu Yin and Nanshen focused on their own work. Here it is. She succeeded. She could go home now. Tanhua was about to happily go out from Nanshen's office as she already had her hand on the knob when Nanshen's voice stopped her. Oi, where are you going? Nanshen raised his eyebrow when he saw Tanhua was about to go out from his room. That thump. Why the hell did the boss suddenly notice her? He was so focused on his work earlier, right? I want to go home. Tanhua very innocently answered as she retracted her hand on the knob. Go home? How could you? You still have another work to do. Nanshen smirked as he waved his hand, calling Tanhua to come to his desk. What is it? Tanhua dejectedly approached Nanshen with her head lowered. You gotta clean the office. Nanshen threw a bomb to Tanhua, and before Tanhua could even refute, Wu Yin already came beside her and dropped several tools for cleaning. Track. Meaning, no way to escape. Tanhua looked between the cleaning tools and Nanshen several times before she let out a big sigh and started cleaning. At first, she cleaned up the things far away from Nanshen, such as the bookshelf, the sofa, the table, etc. And then after that, she began to clean up things near Nanshen. Tanhua started by cleaning Nanshen's desk. Scrub, scrub, scrub. At first, Tanhua's action didn't bother Nanshen, but then when Tanhua began to clean up Nanshen's chair while he was still there, he was bothered by it. Oi, what are you doing? Nanshen stopped his work as he pinched Tanhua's ear to make her stop doing her activity. Cleaning. Tanhua answered with an innocent grin, but deep inside her heart, she was laughing like a devil. Oof. She couldn't go home and had to clean Nanshen's office. Yeah, let's clean up all things inside, including Nanshen's chair. Nanshen sighed when he saw Tanhua put up her innocent, I'm not guilty face. He might as well kick this boy out. Nanshen then chased Tanhua out from his area and let her clean up the rest of the area inside his office. In the end, Tanhua kept cleaning until it was 5 p.m., but even though it was already that late, Nanshen still didn't let her go home. There would always be a job Tanhua had to do, such as sorting documents again, buying snacks for Nanshen, organizing his book, etc. In short, Nanshen did all he could think of to prevent Tanhua from going home before he did. 7 p.m.? Hey, you come here, do something for me. Nanshen crooked his finger asking Tanhua to come, and at this time, Wu Yin wasn't inside the room. 5 minutes later, when Wu Yin was about to enter the room, he heard Nanshen's voice. It feels good. Hey, not there. Yeah, there. Oi, can you do it faster? So slow. What are they doing?